Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti Rahmiani with ID number A1219129, and now I will explain among the different of lyric poetry, dramatic poetry, and narrative poetry. Okay, lyric poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. It takes its origin from emotion recollected by in tranquility. In this musical form, Wordsworth expressed personal outrage over the effect of the Industrial Revolution. And dramatic poetry is a written work that both tells a story and contacts the reader to audience through emotions or behavior, so that it contains a certain picture of a story. And in Still I Rise is empowering poem about the struggle to overcome prejudice and injustice. It is a reminder of the abuses of power by those who sit in government, the judiciary, the military, and the police force. And narrative poetry is a form of poetry that tells a story like a novel or a short story. A narrative poem has plot, characters, and setting. So narrative poetry is a poetry that conveyed in a story. In the narrative poem, The Highwayman, it tells the story of a robber who has fallen in love with a beautiful girl. So that the difference between lyric poetry, dramatic poetry, and narrative poetry is lyric poetry expresses the poet's heart or personal ideas. Dramatic poetry is poetry that objectively describes a person's behavior, so that it contains a certain picture of a story. And then narrative poetry reveals the story or explanation of the poet. And narrative poetry is a poetry that contains a story. Okay, I think that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.